Welcome to A Day in Your Radio. I'm your sexy host, Danielle Diamond. The topic today we're going to be talking about is bringing your sexy back or out. Please support me on this new adventure. Download iHeartRadio, subscribe to Pop Radio Worldwide. You'll see my show, A Day in My Heels. Go ahead and do that now. I'm honored to have this opportunity to present my show, A Day in My Heels. And like I said, today's topic will be how to bring out your sexy. I love providing people and helping them promote and find their inner sexy. I've seen dancers and models finding their true essence and bringing out their true beauty, whether it's in a sexy, sensual move on stage or an incredible pose for a layout. It was interesting throughout the years just to watch different girls and the way that they present themselves walking out on stage. If it was a feature dancer, how she would come to the front of the stage, stand there, get the audience to engage in her, and then start her show. Taking off her clothes in a way that really promoted herself or accentuating a part of her body. Maybe she brought her hand around her breast or took it to the curve of her hip. It's just really, really amazing how each woman can do that in such an incredible way. Or posing for a layout, just watching the girls get into their pose, getting their hair done and their makeup, and just seeing the light of them coming along. It's just really, really beautiful. I have friends of mine from high school that have asked me over the years, how can I keep my man interested in the bedroom or on date night? Of course, for me, I would be asking, have you ever put on a show for your man? That can be anywhere from burlesque, where you dress up sexy with corsets, gloves, garters, shoes, never taking it off, but just moving around him in a sensual way. This man desires you already. So at the end of it, when the song ends, you hope that he gets super heated. Or you could do a personalized striptease just for him. Find a sexy outfit in your closet, order online, or go to an adult bookstore that carries sexy outfits. Wear high heels if possible. Shave your legs. Yes, make sure you do this. Put on makeup and do your hair. Find some sexy music. Spotify has some great lists from stripper music to lap dance music. Another way is to put on a kinky show where you can wear leather, buy some fetish toys like a whip or a flogger. Just make sure that you don't hit him too hard or spank him too hard. There are some little tips on YouTube that can show you where and where not to spank someone. You want it to be exciting and not send him to the hospital or bruise his parts so that he can't perform later. Put him in a chair, and maybe you can tie his hands behind his back lightly with one of your scarves or his necktie. Do whatever makes you feel sexiest, the most authentic self. Turn your favorite tunes on and let the show begin. I just love this part. Just seeing women just get empowered and find their sensuality. Here's a few tips. The show should only be about 2 songs, so it's not too long for you just starting out. Of course, add time if you feel fit. So go ahead and maybe put on your playlist. Go ahead and put like 2 or 3 songs, maybe 4, but just know that after the second song that you may go ahead and wind things down. Don't make the area too dark. You need to see so you don't fall down, get caught up on the carpet like I did the first time. Practice a few moves beforehand. Nowadays you can search online for beginning lap dance or techniques for chair dancing or first time dancing for my partner. Good luck, and Facebook me or find me on Instagram. My Facebook page is A Day in My Heels. Instagram is A Day in My Heels 1. So that's Facebook, A Day in My Heels. Instagram, A Day in My Heels 1. I want to touch on a few subject matters that inspire you and continue to inspire you. I hope that you tell your friends about my show, A Day in My Heels Radio. I'm your host, Danielle Diamond. Go to iHeartRadio and download the app. Subscribe to Pop Radio Worldwide. Click on A Day in My Heels. See you after the break. Welcome back to A Day in My Heels Radio. I'm your host, Danielle Diamond. For those of you just tuning in, I was talking about bringing out your inner sexiness. That can be done in many ways. As I was talking earlier about doing a lap dance, basically you bring a chair into the room or wherever you've decided. It could be your bedroom, your living room. If you have kids, make sure that they go to the babysitter. Make sure in advance you kind of know how to get on the chair, maneuver around. Of course, it's going to be different when your man's in the chair, but at least you'll know and have your comfort level a little bit before he sits down. If not, it's going to be really a little difficult for you. You may find that you practice for a little while, maybe a week, and your legs might feel a little shaky, like there's some muscles that you haven't used before. And just go ahead and just work through that. Just knowing if you lean in slowly, exposing your breast. You can even touch the top of your breast and move your hand down to your, those other areas of your body that men enjoy so much. The first time I did a lap dance or a sexy chair dance for a guy, I was dating him and I had no idea what I was doing. I was so nervous. My heel happened to get caught in the carpet, as I was saying earlier, why it's important to not make it too dark. I tripped, but luckily I fell on him. And I felt like the 2 songs took so long. I didn't know what to do. I felt like the moves were stupid. I didn't feel as sexy as I thought I would, but he really, really enjoyed it, actually. So watch the expressions on your man's face. You may feel silly, but he might be like, really, really excited about it. So don't ruin that for him because you get insecure. I wore a bra and panty set with a nurse outfit on top of it. I'd never dressed like this before. Even in magazines, I'd wore lingerie, but I didn't ever dress up in costume, which was kind of a whole new thing. And I absolutely loved it. I tried to move slowly. And if I went around him, I would put my hands on his shoulder softly. At the end, he was very, very turned on. I did not forget you guys, so in a little while I'm going to let you know how you can seduce the lady that you have an eyes on. Getting back to the situation, or not even situations, I found myself in many different areas of my life where I had to feel confident, feel sexy, feel seductive. It was part of my job and started to become part of my world. From modeling to being out in public to guest appearances, VIPs. Sometimes we would go to a nightclub and introduce ourselves. We could sign autographs. But also when it became time to start doing soft videos like on the Playboy channel, they were called simulated, not stimulated, which there is a difference. And then coming into the feature dance world where I actually was on stage performing 20-minute shows that were like burlesque, except for we actually would get naked or topless depending on where we were in the country. All of these things created some kind of anxiety or self-doubt in me. And as I talk to other girls, a lot of girls feel the same way, even though once we go on stage, everyone's like, wow, you look like a rock star. You look like you know exactly what you're doing or how confident you were. But inside there's little voices saying, maybe I don't look my best, or maybe my tummy's not so great right now, or maybe I turned too many times, or I forgot to look at that one guy in the corner, or maybe I didn't say hi to someone when they came out to the stage. Maybe the lighting was wrong, or I forgot to take my costume off at a certain time. So ladies, if you're at home, just know that even when we are on stage or we're doing photo shoots, a lot of us, I can't speak for everybody, but a lot of us still feel that as if, am I good enough? Am I don't know, are people going to think I'm stupid, or is the person I'm with going to think I'm stupid? So it's a very normal thing for a woman to feel that. And just find the thing in you that you feel the best about, maybe it's your hip, maybe it's your lips, maybe it's your nipple. Did I say nipple? I did. I said nipple. Okay. Maybe it's your stomach or your legs. And just remember to bring that out. And as you see your man reacting to it, you'll know more and more how to make yourself feel sexy and be sexy for him. I'm getting ready to come on a music break. Again, download the iHeartRadio app, subscribe to Pop Radio Worldwide. Do it now. Don't wait. I want you to listen to my show. It's only going to get better. Like I said, I've got tips. I've got people coming on here. As soon as I learn how to do the Zoom call thing, we will get these wonderful people on. You're going to just absolutely love it. I know you're going to love it. And like I said, as I get more comfortable, the topics will get more juicy. Just saying. Just saying. We're coming back from the music break. I just wanted to say thank you for joining me on my show. Download iHeartRadio, subscribe to Pop Radio Worldwide. Thank you for you guys helping me here. And see, when you see my show, A Day in My Heels, go ahead and subscribe. Tell people about it. Just, make sure that people know about this show so they don't kick me off the air and say, you suck. I don't suck that bad. I know I'm going to get better, but I think I'm okay. I think I'm okay right now. All right, men. So I wanted to give you guys some tips. So one of the things about you guys is that you guys are all awesome and different, and everybody has a different way and a different sexy about them. But what you want to know is you don't want to come across cheesy or worse still sleazy. Find your own charm. Maybe it's that smile. Maybe it's that look that you give. I don't know. Maybe you have a really soft touch the girl on her leg. Be willing to learn. Just remember, no two women are exactly the same. Even twins, they look the same, but the way they respond is going to be so different. So be willing to learn. Remember, no two women are exactly the same. Each one has their own unique turn on. Once you learn what that is, your love making becomes more ecstatic. Also, become a great kisser. Kissing is so important. I don't care if you have to practice on the back of your hand or practice in the mirror. You're like, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, okay. I didn't have any sound effects, so I had to use it. I don't care. Just practice, practice, practice kissing. Kissing is so sensual. And if your woman kisses you back, that's sensual. You could get lost in just a kiss for hours. Oh, my goodness. Anyway. Now my mouth is watering. Just wanted to let you know. Okay, I need a minute. All right, on to the show. I didn't know how to be sexy or even feel sensual. I grew up being shy, as I mentioned earlier in my last show. I had to learn how to present myself in a way that seemed confident. When I became a nude model, which was hard enough, but luckily for me there in that setting, photographers and their assistants, they would help guide me through the poses, the looks, the way that they wanted to feel. They would kind of say, hey, in this situation, I want you to kind of look as if you're seducing a man from across the room. Or they would say something like, pretend like you're making love to your guy. Or they'd say, act as if you were just about to have an orgasm just before you're getting there, that sensation. So those types of things. Well, now that you guys are probably feeling wet too. Okay. So in that situation, like I said, there were people guiding me and telling me how to act. They'd tell me, you know what, you got to turn a little bit to the right, just a little. Of course, sometimes you turn too much and they'd be like, no, just a little bit back. Put your head up. Okay, stick your tongue out. Okay, sorry, I was doing that. That's why I can't talk anymore. Or they tell you, put your arm, touch your hair, feel your breast. So those kind of things, of course, made me feel sexy and sensual. And of course, as I got better at posing, I felt really, really sexy in those settings. But once I became a public figure and I had to find my sexy, I learned how to walk sexy and feel comfortable walking. So I know that sounds silly, but you could just walk around the room, put your hips to the side, or as I tell people, pretend like you're shutting the car door. Of course you're going to exaggerate it, but after a while you'll learn when you walk in a room or walk into your house or walk into a nightclub or walk into the room with the man that you're wanting to get it on with, you feel sexy and sensual. Sometimes when I walked into a room, like I said, I would feel a little uncomfortable, and I had to learn that when I walked in a room, I was going to be somewhere that people might want to meet me. or get an autograph. So I tried to stay positive and only speak positive or uplifting or sexy subjects. So I wouldn't talk about things like, man, did you see on the news there was blah, because that doesn't get anyone in a sexy, sensual spot. Or I would say something like, wow, that really looks great on you. Or I would just talk about something that was sexy or sensual. If there was another woman in the room, I would find something that was very beautiful about her. She might have beautiful hair or beautiful lips, beautiful eyes, or maybe she was wearing something stunning like the outfit or her heels. And I would mention or comment on that. It just made me feel better about the way that I was presenting myself and my own character. And as I started doing that, that should become part of me. So now if you meet me and you see me in public or talk to me on Facebook or anything like that, the subjects that I usually talk about are uplifting, positive, or sexy subjects. If I'm talking about something else, it's probably like, hey, make sure when you go to a photographer that you get a model release form. Make sure that you know that the content should be touched up or not behind the scenes stuff. Make sure that you're okay with the name that the person uses. Make sure that you bring a chaperone. See, that's not positive. That's keeping you guys in a space that would be better for you. And so that also is something that I constantly try to do and make sure that people understand what's going on. So I hope that this has inspired you, and I hope that you would join me again. I'm really, really stoked to be here doing this show. I'm encouraged to be doing something that I really love. I'm not perfect, and I will only get better. I can play here, and hopefully you will be inspired by the things that I say. Maybe you'll even learn something from me. Hey, you can learn something for me too. Just call me up and let me know, because I love to learn. Setting and things like that, often you try to do something and then you don't do it. You don't become successful at it because you say, you know what, I'm not good at this. I have a learning curve. But the more that you do it, the better you get. And then if you remember why you're doing it, it's always better. So you can't let people predict who you are or who you're going to become. Nobody can determine your destiny. I'm going to go to a break here for music, but once again, I wanted to let you know that this is Danielle Diamond on A Day in My Heels Radio. Make sure that you go to iHeartRadio and to subscribe to Pop Radio Worldwide. Don't wait. Do it now. Do it now. Even if you don't come back for a couple of shows and then you check in on me later, you're like, yes, but I think you should do every show because I'm going to give tips and you're going to enjoy every bit of it. Well, maybe not every bit, maybe the little parts. You might get a little blushed, or your cheeks might get blushed here, but